What is up, guys and gals? Yes, the time has come where we are going to do Magic Railroad. I know this has been a long time coming. It's been a big issue lately, but it's finally happening. So without further ado, let's go. Okay. We're gonna skip the morning credits. There we go. Magic Railroad. There we go.
Hello, I'm Mr. Conductor.
Needless narrating.
A story about trains, folks far apart, and the magic railroad that brought them together.
That is not Thomas's whistle.
Every story, like a railroad, has its heroes.
When does the railroad have its heroes?
Thomas. He's our #1 hero. Hello! But he's running a little late today. This is the island of Sodor, where Thomas and his friends live. It's at one end of my special universe.
Okay, James blatantly says, "Hello, Thomas." Where the heck is Thomas in this scene? I mean, you can hear him, but you can't see him.
I like helping out here. By the invitation of Sir Topham Hatt, of course.
Those whistles just don't sound right.
5, 6.
Why are you counting?
8.
Okay.
Your numbers, Gordon. That's a good engine. I'm counting how many seconds late you are. What does that sign say?
Thomas neglects to read the whole thing. And it says, Sodor Railway, really reliable and right on time. Sorry for delays during repairs. We are making this a better railway. Sir Topham Hatt. He fails to mention to read this whole half part.
Sodor Railway, really reliable and right on time. Signed, head of the railway, Sir Topham Hatt.
But you weren't on time, little Thomas.
And you're being bossy, Gordon. Now, please excuse me. I'm meeting Mr. Conductor. He's looking after us while Sir Topham Hatt takes a much-needed holiday.
Now, this is kind of a hard one to see. Now, pay attention to Thomas. He, moves slightly to the right. Really quickly. Okay, another real quick thing I gotta make note of this real fast here. Where was Diesel 10 from, season 1 to 5? That was, before Thomas and... That was, before the Magic Railroad. That was before this. That was before it. So, where was Diesel 10 during that whole time? You know?
Yes, 10 out of 10 for devious deeds and brutal strength. The blast from the past, who hates steam engines.
Maybe we do need Mr. Conductor here after all. On time.
Now, I'm not going to bother wasting your time with the human narrated part of this. So, be prepared for, all that fun stuff.
And by the way, I think that you're going to help me and Thomas somewhere in this story.
Okay, real quick. What are we gonna do what are we going to do that's going to help them out? That's a major goof. That's putting a lot of pressure on a child. Also, in this scene, Thomas's side rods don't move, so technically they're just scraping him along the track. Watch.
If Diesel has unfinished business,
Yeah. You don't see any more side rods moving. Why does James sound like a girl? Also, back of the set is clearly visible.
Operation.
You weren't concentrating, Thomas. Lucky for you that the buffers were there.
That's what buffers are for.
I thought they were supposed to have drivers.
What are you doing in the sheds, James?
I'm feeling a little blue, which isn't so hot when you're red. I was naughty and Sir Topham Hatt told me to think about all the ways I could be really useful. Then I can come out again.
He's just trying to make this a better railway for steam engines. Sir Topham Hatt says the harder we work, the less he'll need diesels to help.
Help you? You'll always need help. Because steam engines are cowardly, cranky, worn-out hunks of metal who couldn't hurt a fly.
Obvious disclaimer, there is a fly in front of James's face.
Yes, you gonna destroy her and dominate you. And then you'll be nothing but useless.
Thomas's eyes were going a little wonky, and so are James's. Look! You couldn't even see it.
Useful engine. You want to dominate us?
Also, pay attention to this right here. You can see the obvious backdrop of the set right here. So, without further ado, I'm going to pause it right here, and then we're going to jump cut to actual trains. Welcome back. We're back to this. Now, without further ado, let's continue. Okay. Also, obvious disclaimer: Peter Fonda is definitely so melodramatic in this movie.
That's beautiful. I could cry. All right, listen, you two. I got a job for you, Spludge. Actually, it's a splatter.
As if he couldn't read the sides of their
I'd come back to find
as if he couldn't read the side of their, you know, of them.
not the one I want. She escaped me once before. As long as she exists, so do the others. But if she can be destroyed. Destroyed? Did you say destroyed? B word. Like hurt? Yeah, destroyed. There's one small problem there. Yeah, Mr. Conductor's coming, and he won't let you destroy.
Does it look like he cares?
Look at him, too.
Okay, also, pay attention right here. Okay, he's smacking him in the face, but where is it up here? Like, look at that. It was visible not too long ago, and then now it's not there, and it's smacking him in the head. Like, here, let me rewind it right here. Like, okay, so you can see that. And then now it's not there at all, at the top. Okay, now we're going to cut to more of some human stuff, and then we're going to go to more trains. Alright, so we're back, and now pretty much yada yada yada, we learned about Mr. Conductor and all that other fun stuff, and now we're back on the island of Sodor.
But you always seem to get here on time.
Good use of CGI effects in for the 90s.
Are you alright?
Yes, Thomas, but sometimes everything happens at once. I have to see Sir Topham Hatt to get my orders right away. The journey from Shining Time keeps getting bumpier and bumpier.
Does it?
Okay, if you're running low on gold dust, then why would you need to just, you know...
Better be careful.
Sir Topham Hatt warned me about Diesel. Don't worry, Thomas. I'll just pop in and out with my sparkle wherever he goes and keep him in order. I hope.
Old McDiesel had a plan.
trying to get kids involved in their own little songs.
Here a pinch, there a pinch. I cracked myself up.
Okay, more melodramatic human stuff. We'll be back. And we're back.
Far away on Sodor, the steam engines were confident, cheerful, and determined not to be bullied by Diesel.
Henry's eyes are a little wonky.
Only James, who now felt really useful too, was complaining.
Wobbly wheels.
Puffy pistons.
Thomas, I should have collected Mr. Conductor.
But you were grounded to the sheds there, man.
Collecting Mr. Conductor is an important job. Important is big. James is a big engine. You, Thomas, are small. Small, teeny, weeny. And I,
What a jerk.
I'm a big blue engine who knows everything.
Also, this is kind of like for every Gordon model ever. But, the cylinders that hold his piston rods together, it's kind of hard to keep them that way.
Toby's right. Diesel knows that the lost engine in the legend really exists.
Okay,
What engine? What legend?
real quick. We haven't heard about this legend at all in any of the episodes previous to Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So, how is it that we haven't heard of any of this legend, myth type of stuff, and all of a sudden the engines are saying, "Oh yeah, we've known about this forever, but we just didn't mention it to the audience in the TV show." So, you know.
Of an engine whose magic makes her more powerful than Diesel will ever be. That's why he wants to find her.
Then we better find her first. Leave it to the big engines, Percy.
What a jerk.
Engines can do big things, especially when they have nice blue paint like me.
Way to be confident, Thomas. Way to be confident.
That blue pump wall when Harold the Flopper Chopper flies past you. Right.
What weirdos. Also, just a little thing here. If there's sneezing powder on the ground and you know about it, wouldn't you want to stay away from where it's happening?
Sneezing powder everywhere. Let's start laughing now.
Sorry for
must be Diesel's doing. Choo! Choo!
Ugh. Okay. I'm going to keep playing it here because there are some goofs in this next scene. So, I'm going to skip it forward a bit here. Weirdo.
Where were you?
Okay, now, another thing here. This poster is the ripoff of the American poster with Uncle Sam basically saying, I want you to sign up for the military. This is pretty much basically the Island of Sodor's version of that, basically saying Sir Topham Hatt wants you to be useful. You know, so. Alright, now pay attention to this next scene. Okay, the picture was already on the ground and it came in... Okay, let me replay that. Okay, so the picture frame fell off the desk and it would have already hit the floor by the time Mr. Conductor had fallen to the ground. So, it's being dropped. See? From the top there. Not many people see that.
Oh, good afternoon, sir. A real honor, sir. Like my family before me. And how...
So that's a major goof. And I'm just going to pretty much skip along here to them in the sheds. Everybody's now sleeping. How beautiful is that? Except for this guy who's got the one light on in the whole dang place. As if that's going to help you change from being tired to wanting, or from being awake to go into sleep. I don't think that's going to do you much help. Now this next scene is a major goof, and I'm confused as to why this happened. Look at that foot.
I'd like to have a nice cup of hot cocoa. Would you fellas care to join me? No? What would you rather do instead? Go outside and play? Well, I can understand that. What do you think? Why do you keep hitting him like that?
He didn't hit it, you did. Now, was Alec Baldwin on some sort of medication during that filming process?
Just a little sweeter, I think. All right, Itchy, my little bucket of badness. Time to feast you.
Okay, this is really strange. Ripping down the girders to the sheds? Okay. Oh, now we gotta take off that hat. Now we gotta change it to this one. That's a major goof right there. If you're in the heat of the moment, why would you need to change a hat? Also, you know...
Hello, Twinkle Toes. I got a plan, and you're not in it. You can't catch me, Diesel.
Guess you probably shouldn't have used that gold dust trying to get into Thomas's cab. Nope, nope, don't want to lose that camera.
Perfect timing. Now where is that lost engine? You won't find her here. You're not clever enough to stop me.
Okay,
Yes, I am.
think about this for a second. What Mr. Conductor's about to do doesn't work. It doesn't work in any car. Doesn't work in any sort of diesel electric motor. None of that. So, why would he be afraid of something that isn't going to work?
You're not.
Also, if he's afraid of this, why wouldn't you just carry, like, some of this, a little bit of that around everywhere you go, just so he's not, tempted to, swallow you whole?
That's right. It's sugar, Diesel. And if I throw this in your tank, it'll seize you up for good. Make the most of tonight, Twinkle Toes, because you won't like tomorrow. Neither will that line of tin kettle. Shut up,
Okay, this is really stupid, and then he just babbles on about how he's losing his sparkle. And this is just creepy. And then we're just gonna skip to a bunch of human stuff, and then we're gonna go back to the island. We will be back. And we're back.
Left a bit. No, right a bit. Up a bit. Oh.
Okay, that's really weird.
James, tickle all gone now?
No, still itchy.
His face is coming out of his out of the engine plate. If you can see it right on the edge there.
This red is a very tiring color, but Mr. C. Red looks so nice against the snow. It's not me, is it?
Oh, no, of course not, James. I think that red is bright and cheerful.
Oh, good.
Just like my sparkle. Or at least it was. And must be again. Oh, I'm sorry, James. I'm going to the windmill to search for something important. Now, off you go to work, please.
Okay, Mr. C. Keep the steam on.
Okay, this is where I swear Alec Baldwin had some sort of medication or something wrong. And the rabbit that they're claiming is in this, it never happened in the TV show. So we're going to skip Alec Baldwin freaking out. Here we go. We're back.
It's not sunny because Mr. C's not at the windmill. I looked.
I think his sparkle's all gone.
My smoke box doesn't feel sunny. It feels stuffed up.
Good for you, Henry.
Fumes from dingy diesel.
And Diesel is after the...
Okay, you got all the classic engines here.
I hear that.
Like, for example...
Even an engine is big.
Come on. There we go. You got all the classic engines here, except for Percy. But Percy is in the movie. We're missing Edward. We're missing one engine, and it's Edward. You got Thomas. Then there would be Edward, which is 2. Then you got Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, and then Toby. That's the 7 engines. Here we've got 6. Where the heck is Edward? Where's Edward? No, just thought I'd say it.
Say it, don't spray it, Thomas.
I've still got the sneezing powder up my funnel. Now I'm going to look for Mr. Conductor.
Let us get back to
Okay.
work. That's what he...
Now, if Toby just said, let's get back to work, and Thomas just says, I'm gonna go look for Mr. Conductor again. That's all he does in this movie. That's all he does in this movie. That's all he does, is just look for Mr. Conductor and just maybe barely do some work. How's that branch line of yours doing there, buddy?
How about a race, Thomas? Come on. Sorry, Bertie. I can't today. I have to be a really useful engine and solve some mysteries instead.
I guess that means I win. Perhaps another day.
Okay, yeah, this is where Alec Baldwin loses his mind. We'll be back. Okay, and we're back.
Thomas, I was thinking, how does Mr. Conductor travel here?
Thomas is just looks like a really weird looks really weird.
Railway, too. Mr. Conductor's railway.
The journey gets bumpier and bumpier. That's what Mr. Conductor told me.
Oh, he talked about bumpers in his sleep. Bumpers are at the end of a railway. I think that's how he travels here, on a secret railway.
As you're talking about this really loudly. Also, real quick. Here's one character that never made it into the movie that was supposed to be in it. Cranky. You can definitely see the outline of his big boxy cab up there. You can barely see it, but he's there. He's a character that was supposed to be in the movie. He was supposed to have more of a silent role in the film, but, you know, he was removed.
My wheels are suddenly feeling very wobbly. I think Diesel's around here.
I'm sorry, you two. Diesel heard every word you said. I'm going after him to see what he does next. You'd better carry on and get the mail delivered.
Oh, you're very brave, Toby.
Oh, Diesel won't bother with an old engine like me. He thinks I'm really useless.
Well, you guys kind of are. I mean...
Who wants to work a live long?
Alright, this is where things get really interesting. Here we go. This is rumored right here. This thing here is rumored to be the first model of Thomas, but it was turned into scrap because stuff was too long or too short or all that other stuff. But it was rumored that this piece right here was to be the first model of Thomas. Just throwing it out there.
Come in, enjoy the party. Hooray, hooray! We're gonna have a party. I love parties. Yeah, who's got the balloons? Toe's magic railway's gonna be over.
It's
Gone.
really,
Like the lost
really
kids.
helpful
And the broken
information that we
fiddly.
all didn't already know.
Well, what are you gonna do? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's time to finally put Twinkle Toe's lights out. Oh. This is a job for the boss.
Boss!
I've got to delay him. I've got to distract him.
Okay. Smart.
The old teapot. Oh, smash him.
Now this is what I really want to know. Right here. So, if you pay attention to this scene, you'll notice that the whole thing right there just kind of caved in on him.
Boss, did you mean to let the roof fall in or all the way in? I always...
That's there. Think about this next scene for a second here. Okay.
Diesel was in a dump, but the steam engines were still right on track.
Okay. Look at this next scene right... Oh. Come on. The scene is it's coming up right. Maybe it's not here, but right here. This is the exact same spot. Look at this. If this is all in the exact same spot, and it says that Diesel was now in the dumps and they could get back to their work, why is it still standing? Why are we not seeing any problems here? I mean, seriously, think about that. I mean, Diesel 10 just destroyed this whole area, and this is supposedly the next day. What on earth were they thinking? This is not going to be cleared up by the next day and rebuilt. You know, there's a huge flaw in that. So just take that into consideration. And then, you know, the classic Useful Engine song. He's the very useful engine we adore. Okay, another thing here about this scene. There's a major goof in this scene. When Thomas says, "I'm going to collect some special island of Sodor coal for you," it was Welsh coal, mind you, that got Henry up and running, not special island of Sodor coal.
What's the matter?
I've got boiler ache.
And I'm collecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks of special island of Sodor coal for you.
Oh, thank you, Thomas. Special coal will make me feel much better.
Also, if it's a boiler ache, wouldn't it be more appropriate not to have a sneeze effect for it? You know, just think about that.
Conductor connection too. I'm finding you.
Hello, Thomas, and your 5 coal trucks.
I don't think somebody would say, "and your 5 coal trucks."
Hello, Percy. Oh, Thomas, I've been worried about you. Bertie says you lost a coal truck today.
Yes.
Okay, apparently work is still going on in the branch line.
Grotto.
Not good work, but it's still work.
Secret railway.
And the grotto is the lost engine special platform.
Oh, yes.
Percy, you protect those buffers from Diesel.
What?
And I'll find Mr. Conductor.
Me?
See, I told you, he spends like literally almost a whole movie just looking for Mr. Conductor. Now, here we go with some more stuff that I just can't watch, really. Alright. Also, these are not supposed to be hydraulic lines. These are supposed to be wires.
9, 8, 7, 6.
You know, normally I'd say that's not intentional, but given the character, it is.
4.
Not hydraulics, it's supposed to be a wire. But he launches him. And anybody who gets launched from that height usually ends up dying, regardless of whether there's something underneath.
Did you put all this here for me? But you must have known that I was coming. How kind of you.
Okay, this is really weird.
Oh, I'm at the
And
Now that's what I call
now... Okay, this is where I think he took some antipsychotic. He took some psychotic drugs.
Stoke up the magic in the mountain and the lady will smile. Then watch the swirls that spin so well.
Okay, that's really, really weird. We're not going to do that. We're just not going to.
Where's the writing gone?
So boss, how come you let Twinkle Toes escape? Yeah. Oh, that. Well, I did it on purpose. You know, I was testing him to see if he could.
I'm not going to really watch that, even though the scene's pretty funny. And then there's more human stuff, and then we're not going to watch the human stuff. Alright, here we go. We're back to more interesting stuff. Lily, pretty much character, you all know it is. Also, if there's one line here, think about this.
He'll vanish like the engine.
What engine?
The engine that used to travel on this railroad. Cousin and I never saw it. We don't know what happened to it.
Okay, there's only one line, and there's another line right there in the coal truck.
Lily, here are the bumpers.
And then we can skip ahead to this. Thomas is still looking for Mr. Conductor.
I'm very home on train.
Pretty much.
Annie, Clarabelle, I'll send Percy back to fetch you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because that's not creepy at all. He said he's very at home on trains, but
What's the matter?
Travel sickness.
that's all you get from him.
What's that shining in the windmill?
So, Lily, I think it's my cousin.
Mr. Conductor! Mr. Conductor!
Thomas.
Thank throttles you're safe.
Look at that, he can now stop looking for Mr. Conductor.
Hey guys, what's up? Enjoying the sun? No, Junior, I am not.
I don't really need to hear the rest of this. And I don't think we need to pay attention to it anymore. Here we go, we're back.
I am brave. Thomas,
Imagine how creepy that would be,
I'm brave.
having something like that.
It's not easy being brave. Shiver my pistons. They sputter and dodge.
How could they not hear him puffing up?
What's going to happen?
That's really creepy.
Oh, that's just
I think somebody was smoking something while they were doing this movie.
nothing with something.
Yeah, these must be the buffers Diesel's looking for.
Are we supposed to go through them?
This is not the spot.
Not me, you.
This is a job for the boss.
We'll tell him tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's good. Oh, I better hurry back and warn Thomas.
You just happen to have a deck of cards lying on you. We're going to skip this and then we're going to go to the chase scene, or what, come close to it. So we'll be back. Here we go, we're back. Pretty much all that's happened since then, Thomas brought Lily back to her grandfather, fell down, now he's in the Magic Railroad. So let's go back through this, and now we're at the part where Diesel 10 is now interrogating James and Junior.
Bye-bye, Twinkle Toes.
I thought Twinkle Toes was
Here we go.
just Mr. Conductor, not Junior.
Well, thank you something. That's it.
Wouldn't they be a little bit more stable than that?
I just swore, Lily. I promise.
Now, I'm just gonna skip ahead.
On, cuz. But better late than never.
Alright,
Did Grandma love Lady as much as she did?
now, I'm gonna put the link to their Facebook page in the description with this video. But the people who actually own Lady right now are trying to restore her to getting her to look like this, instead of getting her to look like pretty much what she does on their Facebook and YouTube page. So, check out Restore the Magic, please. They did not pay me to say that, I promise. I would like to see this prop restored to its former glory, because I think it would look really nice. So, pretty much, meh. Now we're going to skip ahead to some more drama. And we're back. And then we're going to skip forward a bit more.
Railroad's hitting its energy.
That's creepy.
Green for glory.
I thought it was green for go.
Gosh,
Oh, look at that. Now that she came back through the magic railroad. Hooray.
Island of Sodor.
Her mouth never shuts, does it?
Hello, Junior.
Oh, are we
Let's
delighted to
skip
see you?
this.
Now we can go back to shining time.
Right.
Junior,
This is interesting.
get back to shining time without the gold. Without it, the magic can't exist.
Okay, this is really stupid. We're skipping forward.
Yeah, we mean it.
We're gonna skip back a bit more. So here we go. Look at that. Problems start right now as soon as Thomas gets back on Sodor. There is no plot line to this movie.
There's the blue purple. And look who he's with. Splodge, come and destroy. No, you do yourself. We don't like you. Yeah, we mean that.
Emphatically.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Good word.
Run, lady, quickly, and I'm going to help you.
Yeah, this is getting a little ridiculous.
Fine, milady. I'll not let you down again.
Ah, who needs you, Splodge?
Watch out for the viaduct. It's dangerous.
Alright, this is the infamous chase scene we all know and love.
What's the matter? Lady. That engine's name is Lady. She's part of the clue to the
Okay,
source.
I'm going to just say this right now. If he just understood that her name is Lady, can't he read? It was on the side of her, on the freaking side of her boiler. How did you miss that? Like, just literally, just... Oh my gosh, look, now they're both on the psychotic drugs. Here we go.
No, you won't, because the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you.
Alright. Okay, this is where things get really interesting. There's a scene pretty close up here. It's somewhere in here, I don't know where. I think it's right about here. Look at that. Thomas is smiling that Diesel 10 is chasing him. Wouldn't you be a little bit more scared? Also, if you look at Diesel 10... Okay.